Lowering cholesterol isn't just about the pills in your medicine cabinet. It's about the choices you make before your day even begins. For many seniors, the foods they trust and eat every morning may be quietly sabotaging their heart health. That toast, that cereal, that comforting breakfast routine, if chosen wrong, can harden your arteries, raise your cholesterol, and keep your heart at risk, even if you're doing everything else right. In this video, we're going to expose the hidden breakfast habits that could be doing more harm than good. From number 10 to the most dangerous number 1, we'll walk you through the foods that thousands of older adults are learning to avoid, often with surprise and relief. These aren't just obvious culprits. Some are marketed as healthy, yet do the exact opposite. If you're over 60, trying to protect your heart and hoping to reduce cholesterol without relying solely on medication, this is a message you need to hear. You'll also discover smart, doctor-recommended swaps that can make a real difference starting tomorrow morning. Because sometimes protecting your heart begins with changing what's on your plate. 10. Pancakes or waffles with syrup. They may look innocent on your breakfast plate: soft, warm, golden pancakes or waffles, stacked with care and drizzled in sweet syrup. For many seniors, this feels like a comforting tradition, a small indulgence to start the day with joy. But what if this beloved breakfast is silently working against your heart, your cholesterol, and your energy? What if the very food that brings you comfort is actually fueling the very condition you're trying to avoid? As a health expert working with older adults for over 30 years, I've seen the same pattern again and again. A senior trying to eat well still clings to familiar foods, unaware of the damage being done. Pancakes and waffles made from refined white flour break down almost instantly into sugar. They spike blood glucose levels, causing a surge of insulin, your body's fat-storing hormone. Over time, this leads not only to weight gain, but to the production of more LDL cholesterol in your liver, the kind that clogs arteries and slows blood flow to the heart and brain. And then comes the syrup. Whether it's maple-flavored or high-fructose corn syrup, this sugary topping turns a poor choice into a dangerous one. The liver, already overworked, turns the excess sugar into triglycerides, another fat that builds silently in your blood. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the body doesn't process sugars and fats as efficiently with age. You may not feel the effects after one breakfast, but over weeks, months, years, these small habits lead to big consequences: high cholesterol, hardening arteries, chronic fatigue, even heart disease. The worst part? Many don't make the connection until it's too late. But here's the good news. This damage can be reversed. A warm bowl of steel-cut oats topped with cinnamon and blueberries can still bring comfort without the cost. You don't have to give up joy. You just need to give your heart a better kind of love. 9. White bread toast. It may seem harmless, just a slice of white toast to start the day, soft, comforting, and familiar. But for seniors striving to lower their cholesterol, that simple breakfast choice could be silently working against them. White bread, often seen as a gentle option, is made from refined flour stripped of its natural fiber. Without fiber, your body digests it almost instantly, triggering a sharp spike in blood sugar, and with that spike comes a surge of insulin, an internal signal that tells your liver to ramp up cholesterol production. Over time, these morning spikes don't just fade away, they build, quietly, consistently. And while you may feel fine on the outside, inside your arteries are facing the consequences: stiffening, narrowing, becoming less efficient with every passing week. The trouble doesn't stop at the bread itself. Many seniors layer on butter, jam, or margarine, believing it adds flavor without much harm. But these spreads are often loaded with saturated fats or hidden sugars, both of which fuel the rise of bad cholesterol. Even low-fat labels can be deceiving, and if that toast is paired with fried eggs or processed meats, you've unknowingly created the perfect storm for heart trouble. I've seen it too often in my practice. Older adults doing everything right, walking daily, taking their medication, watching what they eat. But that one piece of white toast each morning, it quietly stalls their progress, until one day they're sitting across from me, confused by a lab result that won't improve. The good news is it's not too late to change. Swap that white bread for whole grain options, rich in fiber, lower in sugar impact, and kinder to your heart. because every meal is an opportunity. And breakfast, the first decision of the day, holds more power than you think. Your heart deserves better than white toast. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 8. Bottled fruit smoothies. It's easy to think you're making a healthy choice. A bottled fruit smoothie seems like a perfect solution. Convenient, colorful, and marketed with words like natural, vitamin-packed, and antioxidant-rich. Many seniors reach for them as a way to get more fruit into their diet, especially when time or appetite is limited. But what most don't realize is that these smoothies, while wrapped in health claims, often carry a hidden risk to your heart and cholesterol levels. Behind the cheerful labels and fruit images lies a problem: sugar. Lots of it. In fact, most bottled smoothies contain as much sugar as a can of soda, sometimes even more. Why? Because they're made with concentrated fruit juice, purees, and sometimes even added sweeteners to improve taste and shelf life. The fiber that slows sugar absorption? Often stripped away. What you're left with is a liquid sugar bomb that floods your bloodstream, spikes your insulin, and pushes your liver to convert the excess into fat, including triglycerides and LDL cholesterol. Over time, this habit, though well-intentioned, can silently contribute to arterial plaque, metabolic syndrome, and even non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I've had patients come to me saying, "But doctor, I drink fruit smoothies every day. I thought I was being healthy." And I gently show them how their healthy choice is sabotaging their progress. This is especially important for older adults whose cardiovascular systems are more vulnerable. That daily bottled smoothie could be one reason cholesterol numbers stay stubbornly high, or why energy levels drop despite an otherwise balanced diet. But there's hope, and a better way. If you love smoothies, make them at home. Use whole fruits, a handful of spinach, a scoop of flaxseed, and unsweetened almond milk. Add Greek yogurt for protein. This way, you control the sugar, preserve the fiber, and truly nourish your heart, because every sip should heal, not harm. Your heart deserves more than just good intentions. It deserves real nutrition. 7. Sugary breakfast cereals. That cheerful box of cereal on your kitchen shelf may look innocent, even healthy. Labels promise heart smart, whole grain, or low fat. But behind the bright colors and comforting crunch lies one of the most misleading breakfast choices for older adults trying to protect their hearts. Most popular cereals are packed with refined grains and hidden sugars. The moment you pour them into your bowl, you're unknowingly inviting a surge of sugar into your bloodstream, one that your aging metabolism can no longer process as efficiently as it once did. That sugar rush doesn't just disappear. It travels to your liver, where it gets converted into fat. Yes, including cholesterol. Over time, this constant conversion contributes to a slow buildup of fatty deposits in your arteries. Even cereals that claim to be made with whole grains often contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and additives that do nothing for your heart and everything to sabotage your progress. And it doesn't end with the cereal. Add sweetened milk, flavored yogurt, or fruit syrups, and your breakfast transforms into a cholesterol-spiking trap. It may seem like an easy, no-fuss way to start the day, but for your heart, it's anything but gentle. Many seniors choose these cereals because they're fast and familiar, but what's convenient today could become costly tomorrow. By the time your doctor mentions high cholesterol, the damage may already have been silently forming for years. That's why prevention matters now. A simple switch to plain, unsweetened oatmeal topped with berries, nuts, or flax seeds can begin to reverse the trend. Real, whole foods don't just lower cholesterol. They nourish your body in ways processed cereals never could. So next time you reach for the box, pause, look beyond the label, because what you put in your bowl each morning may be shaping the health of your heart far more than you realize. Let breakfast be your ally, not your silent enemy. 6. Butter or ghee on toast. That golden spread you add to your morning toast, whether it's butter or ghee, might bring back comforting memories and rich flavor, but it could also be quietly raising your cholesterol and placing your heart at risk. Both butter and clarified butter are dense in saturated fats, the type that prompts your liver to produce more low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol, the kind known for clogging arteries and fueling heart disease. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose elasticity, making them more prone to stiffness and narrowing. This makes it harder for blood to flow freely, and when combined with a steady intake of saturated fats, the stage is set for increased blood pressure, cholesterol buildup, and even life-threatening events like heart attacks or strokes. The trouble is, this damage doesn't happen overnight. It builds quietly, day after day, bite by bite. Some believe ghee is a safer alternative because of its cultural roots and ancient uses, but physiologically, it behaves just like butter. It still triggers the same cholesterol-raising response in your body, and when consumed regularly, especially as part of a daily routine, it becomes a silent contributor to long-term cardiovascular decline. Thankfully, there are nourishing and heart-protective alternatives that don't sacrifice flavor. A modest layer of mashed avocado delivers creamy texture and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help reduce LDL and increase HDL, the good cholesterol. A drizzle of extra virgin olive oil adds richness and antioxidants without the harmful fats. Even hummus or nut butters in moderation can provide beneficial nutrients without harming your heart. It's easy to overlook these small habits, but after 60, what you spread on your toast isn't just a topping, it's a choice with lasting impact. Each morning gives you a new opportunity to protect your heart. So choose wisely. Your arteries and your future self will thank you. 5. Processed cheese slices. That convenient melty square of processed cheese you slide onto your toast or sandwich each morning may seem like a harmless treat, but it could be quietly sabotaging your heart health. Processed cheese slices are far from the wholesome dairy they claim to be. In reality, they're a manufactured blend of low-quality cheese, artificial preservatives, emulsifiers, and chemical stabilizers, engineered for texture and shelf life, not nutrition. What's especially alarming is their fat content. These slices often contain trans fats and saturated fats, the worst kinds for cholesterol. Trans fats are known to raise LDL and lower HDL, creating a double threat for your arteries. For seniors, this is even more dangerous. As the body ages, arteries become stiffer, blood pressure rises, and the risk of cardiovascular disease increases. Add in a daily dose of these unhealthy fats, and it's a recipe for trouble. But the concern doesn't stop there. Many processed cheese products are also loaded with sodium, another silent contributor to high blood pressure and cholesterol imbalance. And when this type of cheese becomes a daily habit, even in small amounts, the impact compounds over time. What starts as a simple breakfast shortcut slowly becomes a barrier to healthier cholesterol levels. It's understandable these cheese slices are quick, affordable, and easy to melt, but that convenience comes at a cost. If you're over 60 and your cholesterol hasn't budged despite your best efforts, this tiny square might be the hidden culprit. Fortunately, there are smarter swaps. Choose real, unprocessed cheeses in moderation. Options like low-fat cottage cheese, fresh mozzarella, or unsalted paneer. They offer protein and calcium without the artificial additives or harmful fats. Remember, your daily choices build your long-term health. Don't let one slice stand between you and a stronger, healthier heart. 4. Breakfast sausages. Breakfast sausages are loaded with unhealthy fats, sodium, and preservatives. They may smell tempting in the morning, but they are one of the fastest ways to raise bad cholesterol levels, especially for seniors. These processed meats are full of saturated fats that tell your liver to create more cholesterol. On top of that, they often contain nitrates, chemical preservatives that have been linked to heart disease and even certain cancers. And the sodium content is extremely high, leading to water retention and higher blood pressure, which makes cholesterol damage even worse. Many seniors love the taste of sausages and believe a little won't hurt, but that's a myth. Eating them regularly, even a few times a week, adds up. Over time, the fat and salt content silently damages your arteries, increasing the risk of a heart attack. Healthier options like grilled mushrooms, tomatoes, or lentil-based patties can be just as filling without the risks. And remember, processed meats are now considered as dangerous for heart health as smoking. That's how serious this is. If you've been eating sausages regularly, it's time to rethink your morning plate. 3. Flavored yogurts. Many flavored yogurts seem like a healthy choice, but they are full of hidden sugars and artificial ingredients. These added sugars don't just increase your weight, they directly affect your cholesterol. When your body processes sugar, it turns it into fat inside your liver. That fat is then released into your blood as triglycerides, a type of fat linked to high cholesterol. Even yogurts labeled low-fat or light often contain more sugar than a bowl of ice cream. This creates a double problem: sugar raising your blood fat levels, and the lack of fat making you feel hungry again quickly, leading you to eat more. Instead, seniors should choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add their own fresh fruit or a small drizzle of honey. That way, you control what goes into your body. It's these sneaky health foods that do the most damage. Many seniors believe they are making a smart choice, but the truth is, flavored yogurts often harm more than help. If cholesterol is your concern, flavored yogurts should not be part of your daily plan. Small changes like this can go a long way in keeping your heart healthy. 2. Fried eggs with bacon. Fried eggs paired with bacon might be a traditional breakfast, but it's one of the worst combinations for cholesterol health. Eggs themselves can be healthy in moderation, but frying them in butter or oil adds harmful fats. Add bacon to the plate, and you now have a meal high in saturated fats, sodium, and preservatives, all major triggers for cholesterol buildup. The problem gets worse with age because senior bodies process fats more slowly. That means the cholesterol in these foods stays in your bloodstream longer, giving it more time to stick to your arteries. Bacon is especially dangerous because it's processed meat. It contains nitrates and a high level of salt, which together inflame blood vessels and raise blood pressure. Even if you eat this combo once or twice a week, it can slow down your progress. If your goal is to reduce cholesterol naturally, this is a meal you need to rethink. Switch to boiled eggs, poached eggs, or tofu scramble for protein. Use vegetables or fruit as sides instead of bacon. Your morning habits matter more than you realize, and this habit, if continued, can cancel out even the best efforts made throughout the rest of the day. 1. Buttered croissants and pastries. This is the most dangerous breakfast for seniors trying to lower cholesterol. Croissants and pastries are made with refined flour, butter, and sometimes even hydrogenated oils. This combination creates a perfect storm of unhealthy fats, sugars, and empty calories. These baked goods are delicious, but they're also loaded with saturated fats and sometimes trans fats, both of which directly raise bad cholesterol levels. The soft, flaky texture comes from layers of butter, which might taste good but harm your arteries over time. They also provide almost no fiber, meaning your blood sugar spikes after eating, followed by a crash that makes you crave more food. Many seniors enjoy pastries with tea or coffee daily, not realizing how harmful this habit is. Over the years, this daily treat silently builds up fat in your bloodstream, contributes to artery blockages, and makes it harder for your heart to pump blood efficiently. Switching to whole grain toast with avocado or a small bowl of fruit and nuts can make a huge difference. If you're eating croissants or Danish rolls every morning, this habit alone could be the reason your cholesterol hasn't dropped. It's time to say goodbye to buttery pastries for the sake of your heart. Your breakfast choices matter more than you think. Even one wrong item eaten daily can quietly raise your cholesterol and make your heart work harder. You may feel fine right now, no pain, no warning signs, but that's exactly why these seemingly harmless breakfast habits are so dangerous. Over time, day after day, they quietly chip away at your heart health. The damage builds slowly, silently, until one day your cholesterol is high, your arteries are stiff, and your energy is gone. And by then, reversing the effects becomes a much harder battle. But here's the good news. You can take control before it's too late. Every smart choice you make at breakfast, whether it's switching to whole grains, skipping sugary cereals, or choosing healthy fats, moves you one step closer to a stronger heart. Don't wait for a test result or a scare to make a change. Start now with one meal, one morning, one decision. And always consult your doctor before changing your diet, especially if you're managing existing conditions. Your health is too precious to leave to chance. With the right guidance and a few thoughtful adjustments, your breakfast can become a powerful tool not just to lower cholesterol, but to reclaim the vibrant health you deserve. Let tomorrow morning be your fresh start.